And here we are in week 15 of the NFL season. And everybody's had their bye weeks come and gone, which means from this point onwards, everybody gets to play. Everybody. I really do mean everybody gets to play. Okay, so you won't be hearing anything about that. As some of the big news, the Patriots have been eliminated, and the San Francisco 49ers are the first team to have officially made the playoffs. Yeah, despite how the whole thing is with them having Purdy, McCaffrey, and Samuel all being undefeated as a healthy combo, well, there has to be some sort of weakness because you don't just have that kind of crazy streak like that and then just win everything outright. But let's actually get into the actual predictions. Finally, Thursday night football. And this is what we got. Chargers versus Raiders. Well, this is going to be a crappy one. Not gonna lie. And I say that because nobody's gonna be around to bail out. Raiders, still Raiders. The Chargers just now lost Justin Herbert, which is not a good look for them. They're about to realize how much they needed Justin Herbert as Easton Stick is getting the nod. Really? Out of all the names you could have had for a player, Easton Stick? But yeah, this is gonna be the game where both teams suck. Scoreless tie of the week. Yeah, neither team is going to end up scoring. They're that bad at this point. Congratulations. Have fun not making it out of the race. For the first time this season, with college football having finished its regular season batch of games, having nothing but bowl games at this point, we are on to Saturday football. With the Vikings Bengals taking up the early slot for Saturday. And it looks like the Vikings are going to roll with Nick Mullins. But given how their offense fared against the Raiders of all teams, yeah, I think they're going to struggle even with Mullins in at QB. The Bengals are going to end up winning this game, especially with the home field advantage. Our second Saturday game for the late this time, we have the Steelers and the Colts. And once again, both teams looking in different directions. But either way, the Steelers are going to somehow find a way to win and get back into that win column. Because it's all about getting that 500 record to make sure that Mike Tomlin maintains his most overrated stat ever. Yeah, Steelers going to win over the Colts. Sorry, guys. And now for Saturday night, the Broncos and the Lions. With how things have been going, Broncos have a legitimate shot to take the AFC West. Yeah, shocker. The Broncos are catching up fast. And it's unclear if the Chiefs can actually hold on to their lead. But I think they're going to get some help here as the Lions are going to end up winning this matchup at home. Now that we head to the Sunday match, the early game, Falcons and Panthers. Do I really need to spend much time on this? I think you already know how this is going to go. Falcons are going to end up winning this game. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Oh, look at here. We have the Browns led by Joe Flacco at home against the Bears. That obviously means that Joe Flacco is going to continue to have some success. And to be frank, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. Justin Fields is just trying to make it through the rest of the regular season at this point. Browns are going to end up winning this game just to keep themselves competitive, like always. That defense. Oh, great. Here we go. The Buccaneers and the Packers. You expect the Buccaneers to do anything with whoever they have at quarterback at this point? And with Todd Bowles for head coach? The entire NFC South is just a ticking time bomb waiting to see who ends up winning that division. The tanks that are tanks are tanks. And the Packers are going to play at home, which means they end up winning this matchup over the Buccaneers. Or seriously, why is the NFC South still eligible for a playoff spot? Well, if it isn't a rematch of Black Friday, the Jets and the Dolphins. And now Zach Wilson is reluctantly back into the role as starting quarterback, which means the Jets have just secured themselves as a tank. Yep, somebody's getting fired for this. And the Dolphins are going to make sure of it. Dolphins end up winning this game. Well, Tommy DeVito has been surprising people as they're going up against the New Orleans Saints. Will it be enough to give the Giants some playoff hope? I don't think so. The, the NFC East is just a literal garbage chute, regardless. But hey, there's some interesting stuff going on. And yeah, I think you can tell that them not having as long of a bye is probably going to hurt them. The Saints are looking to keep things up and actually find a way to win. Get try to get themselves back in a race. So it's going to be a Saints win. The more I think about it, the more I think that reversing this logo here, or just for record purposes, it's looking more like it's actually working for the Titans and trying to go for the tanks. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go over the game because they're at home against the Houston Texans. Surprise! I wonder how this is going to go. Well, not good for the Titans, that for sure. No matter how competitive the AFC South gets, the Titans are still the Titans. Yes, they just won. And Will Levis might be looking like the QB of the future. But remember, this is the Titans. They're going to end up losing to Houston at home because, of course, they can. Forget trying to go 9-8 to make the playoffs. They're just not in it. I once again had to deal with an issue where had a transparent logo that wouldn't work with the coloring. But at least this time I did manage to find a alternative just for this week with the old school Patriots logo on a football helmet. That was the best I can do, but hopefully it's only just for this 1 week. As they're out of the playoffs, 3-10. Yeah, you're going up against the Chiefs. Have fun trying to win at home against them to wrap up the early stretch. You seriously expect this one to go easy? No, Patriots, you're just downright awful. You're somehow worse and end up missing Joe Judge. Yep, sounds about right. Chiefs win this game. And now we go on to the late stretch with 49ers versus Cardinals. Logic dictates 49ers are going to once again show off their firepower. But we know what happens when you're as strong as the 49ers. The other shoe eventually has to drop. And I think that's going to drop here against the Cardinals as there's going to be an upset alert. We know what happens. Somebody ends up getting two in their heads. Cardinals are going to win at home over the 49ers just simply because the 49ers are from how I see it, the 49ers have won their 5 games and now they need to lose 3 to balance out how they've been this year. There's no amount of Christian McCaffrey and Debo Samuel is going to be enough to keep the core together. You think this is going to be a Super Bowl? Well, too bad. You're going to be stuck with the York family. And now we get to our annual Washington and on the verge of elimination game. And here's how this one goes. They're going on the road against the Rams. They have a decent chance to have a decent amount of fans there. But then you remember that the fans that are there really hate Stan Kroenke. And also still want some proof that Josh Harris is not going to be a new Dan Snyder before they show up. The Rams are probably going to have more fans than Washington at the stadium. Both teams will still have to go on somewhat of a silent account anyway. But somebody has to win. And because the Rams have the better coaching and experience, they are able to pull out a win. How about out? Well, you really expect me to say the line? I'd much rather pay some bills than have to deal with cowboy arrogance. Oh, hey, would you look at that? The Buffalo Bills are going to be hosting a game against the Dallas Cowboys. And it's going to be in Orchard Park. How funny is that of a coincidence? And the Bills also may have just saved their season as well. And they're hoping to ride that momentum. Sorry, you ain't gonna be getting that streak going on, Cowboys. Did you forget that you're dealing with a weak NFC compared to how much of a bloodbath the AFC has been? Better remember that you're not going to make it past the second round again. You'd be lucky to even maintain a division all year. That's why I got the Bills winning this game. And now we go on to our Sunday night football matchup with the Ravens visiting Jacksonville for the second year in a row against the Jaguars. Unlike last season, where it's a late season comeback story for the Jags, both teams are already at decent playing field. Main question here is who's going to be the one that budges? Well, the answer is that the Ravens are going to be wanting revenge. Yeah, that's right. The Ravens want revenge for last season. And now that they got a different offense than before, you ain't looking at the same team. Ravens win on the road. Oh, hey, it's my Eagles playing Monday Night Football on the road against the Seahawks. Well, things are not looking so good, and unless unless the Eagles can get it together, they're likely going to end up losing this match. And when you lose to the Seahawks of all teams, that should be a sign that your season's done. I'll be honest. But that in mind, and I think this game is still going to be close with a final score of the Seahawks winning 29-28. Yeah, that score. And here is one last recap look at how I predicted all the games for the week. As you can tell, things are starting to heat up, and we're starting to see more and more teams become eliminated. The Cardinals can finally be eliminated this week, most likely, regardless of the outcome between them and San Fran. And there's more joining in on the chopping block soon. And that should do it for the Week 15 predictions. Remember, we're nearing the playoff thing, which means I'm gonna be hating more teams just because I can, just so I can just stick it to Roger Goodell. Seriously, you're trying to push something that can be accomplished ish for every team, but think that it's going to ruin a league? Get a hold of yourself. There's other things ruining the league, yet you want to ruin it even more. Jeez, I can't stand it with this commissioner. He really needs to learn a thing or two. I'm so tired of it. So tired of it. See you next time.